There's no hiding the fact that Caitlin Clark got some of the dirtiest and meanest fouls in WNBA history. After her record-setting season, I thought the league had learned its lesson and would protect its star player at all costs. But just when I thought things would be different this time, they weren't.
Walker Kimbrough.
The Fever has played 2 games so far and has 1 more to go. Their last practice game is in Peachtree Country against the hot Atlanta Dream. Natasha Howard, who was rolling around the basket, stepped up for the soft hook, and it was Mitchell's turn to shine as she tricked her defender with this fake handoff play.
Here in the arena or on stats here.
The Queen pushes the rock and roasts every white shirt with a coast-to-coast finish after getting the rebound here. With Fever picking up speed, the 8th overall pick of the Dream, Tahena Pau answers with tough back-to-back drives that tie the game at 11.
Explosive, entertaining.
But right after that, the Fever got a and 1 bucket download from CC to AB connection. Right after that, CC drops the first Caitlin special as she steps on a 3-pointer on this play.
For Maya Caldwell, that's Caitlin Clark, top of the key.
Even though there was a lot of back and forth in the first 12 minutes, the Fever still had a 21-16 lead at the end of the first. Just 15 seconds into the second frame, CC set the tone right away by making another 3-pointer and then sending a perfect pass to Cunningham for the deuce underneath.
Oh, CC with the handles behind the back. The dish on the inside.
Now to counter the Fever's attack, Pau drops another Kapau as she laces a long-range hit to close the gap. On the next possession, Sophie gets things going as she splashes her own to keep the Dream at bay.
Sophie Cunningham getting in on the action.
But just as they were getting into a groove, the refs stopped them by giving Caitlin her first tech of the season. Well, getting teed up by the refs is nothing new for Caitlin, and to vent her anger at them, the former Rookie of the Year went for the Dream's rookie with this spicy step back.
Step back triple.
The Rook kept the receipt and later returned the favor by putting Caitlin on skates, which shook the whole arena. Tahena was able to get the home crowd excited, but the Fever scored a couple of buckets to end the quarter strong. At halftime, the score was 42-40 in favor of the Fever, but just as things were getting better for the guests, something bad happened at the start of the third.
They make the most out of their use in practice and on the court.
While Sophie was grabbing the rebound, she stepped on a Dream player and badly twisted her foot. The good news is that Coach White says it's not that serious, so she should be fine by opening night. Anyway, the show went on after that scary incident, as CC penetrated and squeezed one in, with Alicia Gray all over her grill. Caitlin then threaded a tight pounce pass to the rolling AB, who then float.
Pau who started pushing the pace in that first quarter and got Atlanta back in the game.
Also, Kelsey shows off her deep bag by making Gray dance without a beat before holding the rock and banking it in.
Kelsey Mitchell, the Dipsy Dude.
Around the middle of the third, big and strong Bree Jones hits a double-double by scoring back-to-back baskets to keep her team in striking distance. After that inside attack, both teams traded heavy artillery, with Kelsey sinking a corner pocket. 3-pointer, and Ryan Howard's running 3-pointer on the other end, tying it up. With 3 minutes left in the quarter, the score was tied at 2. Howard hacks Caitlin in the face and stares at her while she is lying on the ground. Even though it was clearly a foul, and the DB was also clipped in the follow-up, the blind. Referees didn't blow their whistles, acting like nothing happened. That bad officiating didn't stop the Fever from doing their thing and letting out their growing anger. By the end of the third, CC flicks a full-court dime to DB for the touchdown finish full-court pass. Indiana is still ahead of Atlanta by a score of 63-59, and Coach White has decided to rest the big guns for the last few minutes of the game. It's not likely that Heroin will show up to start the fourth. Lexi draws a few bodies here before she gets to Timpson on the cut.
Let's go all. Seen at practice, she's working with the shot, how she's handling pressure as well.
Then she did a mid-range clinic while hitting one home from 15 feet away. She then followed that up with a daring rack attack that came after a similar zoom action.
Lexi Hall getting downhill, finds the bucket and one.
After that, Jalen Brown hits a long bomb that makes the Fever's lead 10 points.
I'm sorry, Angel. Jalen Brown is one of those players who scored 21 points against it.
The home team tries to fight back, but Lexi is the worst nightmare of all as she makes a perfect jumper off a pin-down screen. To put the nail in the coffin, Lexi goes all the way to the hole and punches it through traffic before stroking another smooth and silky J at the foul line.
At this point, they're like...
The game went for 40 minutes, and at the end, the Fever beat the Atlanta Dream 81-76. Lexi Hull gives the Fever a late game boost by scoring 11 of her 14 points in the fourth quarter alone. She also grabbed 5 rebounds and gave out 4 assists, making it a great showing all around. Courtney, on the other hand, makes 3 three-pointers and scores 13 points. She also has 7 assists and 6 rebounds.
All right, yeah, let's go. Good job.
Our intensity, our communication, we had a handful of shot clock violations, which is great. Just really good job.
Unfortunately, the Fever's perfect preseason is over. Based on eye test and stats, we can see that this group is beginning to really gel and work together. In those 3 warm-up games, there were 3 different scorers and 3 different rebounders. And there was a lot of ball movement and people movement on offense.
I think more than anything, we're a deep team, and I think everyone's really bought into trusting the process. The season, it might not start off super pretty, but we know that putting in the work, putting in, trust into the coaching staff, trust in each other, that by the end of the season we'll be exactly where we want to be.
The opening night game is in a week against CC's longtime foe Angel Reese and the rest of the Chicago Sky. It will definitely be another exciting game, full of fireworks and rivalry. So until then, I'll say goodbye and see you on the next game recap. Peace.